It's Beach Reads Week on Library Beat, so get out your Wayfarers and your beach umbrella and come with me and Karen to discuss the greatest beach reads coming up on Library Beat. Karen, do I smell some suntan lotion?
Yes, coconut oil, suntan lotion.
Coconut oil, and do we have our transistor radio?
Oh, yes, we do. Tuned to the FM rock station.
Did you pack our beach blanket?
Yes, I did. In our little beach chair and our little umbrella.
Yep, because today we are going to the beach and we're talking about beach reads.
Yes, we are. Those famous beach reads. Very popular in the summer. I was looking up beach reads, and it's just a book that you want to get lost in.
It's kind of an escape.
An escape. That's what they said.
So either you can go to the beach and escape, or you can read a beach read, and you don't necessarily have to be at the beach.
No, beaches are really optional.
It's a beach in your mind.
Right. There are a lot of books dealing with beaches. Summer, but you don't have to stick with that.
Right. I know each year, you put up displays at the front of the library. We do different things for different events and things like that. But we always look forward to beach reads because they're non-controversial, for one thing, so far. And people actually take them. A lot of times we put displays up there of more, other types of things, and they just sit there. But you put a batch of beach reads up there, and they're gone the next day.
Yes, it's something about the name, beach reads. I don't have to think about this. I can just get lost in this book. They may pick a quick read. Daniel Steele's always very popular.
Yes.
Just a lot of, sometimes they're saucy.
Ooh. Yeah.
But rarely do literary classics get chosen, such as War and Peace or anything like that.
Not so much. Well, it depends on the person. Different people would have different things they would want to read on the beach or to escape. When I think of beach read, I kind of take it another way because I don't really like to be in the sun that much. I love the beach. It's very beautiful. But I love sort of a gloomy, rainy beach.
Yes.
So some of my beach read picks might be more for that kind of mood.
Biographies are a big beach read. I've learned that, especially maybe like the Pioneer Woman or something like that. Very, very popular during the summer season.
Yeah, because you get to learn about other people's lives, and they tend not to be super demanding to read if it's someone that you're interested in. So I think that's maybe one of the hallmarks of a beach read is that it's not super taxing.
Right.
It's not like work.
Correct. You're losing yourself.
Right. Yes. Do you have any beach read recommendations for this summer?
I was just looking up an article about beach reads. Evidently, it's a big thing.
Oh yeah,
beach reads, and they gave some examples or recommendations. One is just called Beach Read.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if we have that book.
That's Emily Henry. She is very popular. I haven't read any of her books. She writes, I think, sort of contemporary romances with bright covers.
Yes.
And her other one was Book Lover, which was a big hit last year. So I think she tries to sort of time them around beach read season. So she might be the current queen of the beach reads, but she's got some competition. Like Susan Mallory always has a beachy book, and you can never count out Fern Michaels. Or beach reads tend to be associated with these women authors. Are there any male beach read authors?
When I put up Patterson, he's always popular up there because you can just zoom right through those. Also, they recommended some cozy mysteries, again, written by women. But I noticed Patterson Grisham is a popular during beach
Probably
reads.
like David Baldacci.
Yes,
too.
anything like that. I guess it's popular all year long. But I might have to put up something different just to see.
Yeah, change things up a little bit.
I do Lonesome Dove just about every year.
Lonesome Dove is
it's a great book.
It is a great book. It's a huge book. But if you've never read that one before, it's real easy to get involved in, and you get real swept away with the characters and the time period.
And Game of Thrones, I think, was big a couple of years ago. Something a little bit different, science fiction.
Right.
Or fantasy. I'm not sure which genre that is.
The perfect beach read for the person probably depends on the person and what they're interested in.
Well, we put up a lot of light, fluffy romance.
Froth. Yes.
And I'm trying to think of the lady, Dorothy.
Benton Frank?
Yes.
Or Frank Benton.
Benton something, yes. She writes a lot of...
Well, I believe, no, if Dorothy, if you're out there listening and you are alive and have not died, I think she passed away. But her daughter has a new book coming out. I think it's called My Magnolia Summer. So, often they will have either family members or ghostwriters continue these series.
Speaking of ghostwriters, Flowers in the Attic.
V.C. Andrews, that's a little dark, though, for a beach read.
Well, yes, I guess so, but I would read it.
I mean, that would be right for my gloomy beach on the coast of...
Maine or something?
Yeah, right.
Like Dark Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Victoria Winters.
Yeah.
Dorothea Benton Frank.
Alive or dead?
I think she's alive.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. She died in 2019. Sorry to the Frank family.
I was correct. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry for your loss. But apparently her daughter or someone else in her family or someone who has assumed her name is carrying on that grand tradition of beach reads.
Good. Mary Higgins Clark, another one.
Dead.
That
is still writing.
Right.
Yeah,
and she has a daughter too, but I don't know if it's her writing.
Well, it's Alifer Burke, who is James Lee Burke's daughter, who is continuing that series. Where the children now is
just came out.
Mm-hmm, that one's popular. We have lots of holds on it. That's by so the Ghost of Mary Higgins Clark and Alifer Burke, I believe. And we just had an interlibrary loan request for the original Where Are the Children?
We might have to get that. I read that years. It was in the 80s when I read it, but it was,
Yeah, Mary Higgins Clark would be perfect beach read material.
And I'm trying to think of all the names that we put up there. There's another one that writes about summer and...
Nancy Thayer is one. They all have these covers of like beaches and women in white dresses.
And going to a beach house with friends.
And family. I'm sure there's some kind of drama. It's not really my kind of thing. So,
right.
But I'm glad that other people...
It is a very popular display, and books are taken off there daily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like right now I have a display up that is... advertising our summer reading program for adults, so don't forget to do that. And I had a mixture of things, but it's not selling.
Mm-hmm. But the beach reads
are going to go. Yeah. We have to fill that up a lot.
Oh, we're about to have a special guest on our podcast. Oh, Butch, our facilities manager, looked in the door and then he
ran.
Turned around the other way. He's afraid of us asking him about his favorite beach read.
And you can email us with your favorite beach read, and we could put it up there on the display. Maybe it's something I've never thought of.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of them that we haven't thought of. I want to go to my sort of gloomy beach and talk about beach reads that would be appropriate for
gloom.
For that,
the gloomy beach,
the gloomy, dark beach where you need a sweater. I'm thinking some Patricia Highsmith.
Ooh,
I usually read
mystery.
Sometimes I'll read her books in the summer. There's something that seems summery about them to me, but also like kind of dark. So I would recommend some Patricia Highsmith, Talented Mr. Ripley. She had several other ones that were really good. I just got it into my mind that I want to reread The Eye of the Needle by Ken Follett.
I looked at his books the other day. I've read a few of his, and he comes out with these series sometimes, and they're so huge and daunting. But I want to get back into him too. I read A Dangerous Fortune, Eye of the Needle, Night Over Water, or something like that.
I just put the Eye of the Needle audiobook in our Overdrive cart.
Oh, awesome!
So that will be coming soon. But I remember reading that one years ago, and it is a fast-paced thriller. But it is a little bit dark and gloomy, and I believe there might even be a scene that takes place on like a sort of dark, gloomy beach. So that's one of my
saucy scene.
It might be a little saucy. I don't know, but that would go on my gloomy beach reads list.
It's awesome. I'll put some of him up there on our new display that hopefully I'll get done this afternoon.
I'm also thinking maybe some Ruth Rendell. We've mentioned her before.
I love Ruth. Inspector Wexford is my favorite.
Yes.
I love me some Wexford.
Yeah. What else would you read on a sort of
gloomy
on a gloomy beach?
Oh, you've got me thinking now.
Yeah.
I do like mysteries, so I do like the British mystery, so something like Reginald Hill.
Yeah, that's perfect because they have beaches over there, but there might be one day where you would like lay out, and the rest of the time it would be like a
gloom,
like a Morrissey song.
Yes, and he doesn't do happy songs. I would read a biography too. I like biographies, and I would read one of those.
Mm-hmm. We might take a moment to promote our Have Book Will Travel book club. This podcast will come out after our next meeting, which is this Saturday. We're reading one of the all-time kind of trashy beach reads, which is
it's a classic.
Valley of the Dolls.
A classic.
Yes.
I guess anything Jacqueline Suzanne you could take to a beach.
Mm-hmm. Or any Jackie, probably.
Jackie Collins.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, or a Jackie O biography.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie and beaches just kind
go
of
together.
Go hand in hand. But we are reading some biographies in that book club. I don't know that they would necessarily be great beach reads. I think next month we're doing I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings,
which is a classic.
Which we mentioned in here. Probably not the greatest beach read.
It's a heavy book. I mean, it really pulls your heartstrings.
Right. We are doing one beach read in that club, and I'm not sure which month it is, but it's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which you mentioned.
My daughter loves that book, had to go buy that book.
Mm-hmm. I think Taylor Reed Jenkins writes kind of beach ready type books for sure.
Somehow they're in different decades. They're always talking about like a certain decade, is the way my daughter explained it to me, but she loved that book.
Yes.
Very popular. They're all checked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just added one to our new bookmobile collection.
Yes, and hopefully we'll get our bookmobile licensed and tagged and filled up with lots of beach reads before the summer's end.
It is sitting in our back parking lot right now. We just got it last week. We are super excited, but it's going to take us a minute or two to fill it up with beach reads.
Yes.
But that is part of the plan. It's mainly going to be beach reads.
And Taylor Jenkins Reid did make the beach reads on Goodreads, which is a lot of read.
Yeah. What are the other hot
book lovers?
Beach
Emily
reads
Henry.
This summer? I mentioned Emily Henry.
The Honeymooners. Colleen Hoover.
Oh, Colleen Hoover for sure.
Colleen, if you're listening to this, got to come to the Garland County Library and get a library card.
Yeah, we have found out that Colleen Hoover actually has a vacation home here in Hot Springs, and we keep waiting for her to come by the library. But if she has, maybe she has, and she was just like
incognito.
Incognito.
And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't know if she walked in. I'm sorry. I don't read Colleen Hoover, who is very popular, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And she could have come in and talked to me, a dozen times, and I'd be like, oh, okay. I don't know who you are. But I know she signed some books out at Walmart or something, and when I went to Walmart shopping, there was like 50 people in the aisle trying to find them.
Well, and that was when we had our local author day that we podcasted about, and we had a couple of people showing up at local author day thinking that she might be here, even though
drop in.
Yeah, just
she always has an invite.
Oh yeah, she is in. Colleen, if you're listening, if you want to weigh in with your favorite beach reads,
please do so.
Let us know.
Yes.
Also on my sort of dark, gloomy beach, this is actually a very funny book, but I hadn't thought about it in a long time. A friend that we know that used to work with us, Cody Conway, sent me a text and said that she might move to New Orleans. She visited there, and she really liked it, and she was thinking about moving there. And I asked her, have you ever read A Confederacy of Dunces?
Yes,
and
that's a heavy book.
She had never read it, but she had a high school friend who was obsessed with it. So I think she needs to read it before she makes that move. But I sort of associate that book with summer. And it's not really a heavy book. There's a heavy story behind it because the author went unpublished in his lifetime, and his mother struggled to get it published after he committed suicide.
And that's the only thing I can think of every time I hear that title.
But the book itself is actually hilarious. So sometimes in the summer, I think you just need something that's kind of fun and might make you laugh a little bit. The backstory is
not so funny.
No, but if you just ignore that and think about how funny Ignatius J. Riley is, and I guess the fact that it takes place in New Orleans, I don't think it takes place in the summer, but I associate New Orleans with summertime and heat and all that type of thing.
I'm looking at a list, and they're putting some pretty heavy books on their summer beach read list, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Well,
I guess that everybody's to their own, but
right. No, to me, beach reads needs to be fairly frothy. Even my dark, gloomy beach, those are still kind of quick and engaging reads. Not, like Kierkegaard.
Kafka.
Yeah.
We have some Kafka for the beach.
Yeah, we are not going to have any Kafka on the beach. Someone who probably would have been more popular if he had written some beach reads. It's too late now because Cormac McCarthy died a couple of days ago, so we should say a quick shout out,
Rest in peace,
thoughts and prayers to Cormac's
family.
But
he was not real beach ready.
No, and he was very successful. He won
Yes.
lots of awards,
Yes.
but I feel like if he had written some beach reads, he would have reached a wider audience.
Yes, he would have. Something about the beach and finding the right person for you, then losing the right person, and
Right. So
something from Hallmark. He never wrote for Hallmark. Right?
no. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity there.
Yeah. Well, Karen, have we covered the entire beach read gamut?
I believe so. And if you want to tell us your favorite beach read, just email us at gcl@gclibrary.com.
Yes. And if you do that, we never gave away very many of our swag bags, but our listenership has probably increased. Mom,
It's probably up to 2 now.
If you do email us your favorite beach read, we will see if we can put together a swag bag for you.
Yes, we will.
All right. Well, should we go get in the water now?
Yes, Frankie, we should.
All right, Annette. Thanks for listening.